Ah, yep, sinuses are mucked up again, guys. Anyway, what's going on, YouTube? OG's Nitro RC's here with the bad sinuses again, coming at you again from the Nitro Corner, episode 95. That's a big 95, big 95. Get close to that 100 button, guys. Yes, we are. Anywho, how's everybody doing tonight? It's Thursday. That's means it's Friday for you third shifters, one more day for you day shifters, and it's just another day for us people that don't have any jobs or responsibilities, and we get to bum through life. But anyway, I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope my third shift guys out there are being careful. Day shifters, be careful driving in the morning if you live around me, because we got like a lot of snow. I know, I said it wasn't going to snow, and this is what happens, but you know, that's how it works. But anywho, how you guys doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing good. Me, yep. Same old snot fest going on over here. It ain't getting no better. It's not going to get any better either until the weather changes a little bit, and then you get to go through the summer allergies. Yay! But whatever. It's just the way life goes, I guess. We got we got Urban Legend going on in the background with he's got my boy up there on the live panel with him, just bashing at RC. The guy I talked about in my last video. They got him up on the panel, drilling him with questions and asking him all kinds of stuff, kind of like a guest appearance. It's really cool right now. They're all back there going at it and hacking away at each other, bouncing back and forth. Nitro Freak's kind of showing some past clips, whatever he's doing in his live stream. But I'm gonna sit here and work on what I got to do. I'll leave that playing in the background for now. We're gonna do the HPI, boys and girls. Yes, we are the 3.0. Yeah. We're going to take this sucker completely apart because there's something in here that's a little weird. He's got all kinds of compression, and he should turn over, and he's not. So we're going to take him apart, put him back together, and I guarantee he starts after that. Yes, he will. Nice little engine. He's still got compression. It's nice and clean. Doesn't need that much done to it, but we are going to strip it, soak it, clean it, brush it, treat it with the care like they all do, and start him up. Hopefully we got the OS done last night in that hour and something long marathon of a video. Respect and love you guys for sticking that one through. If you even watched half of it today, which I know most of you just probably skipped through it. I don't know if any of you guys are diehard enough to watch the whole damn thing, but it was a pretty good cleaning, pretty detailed video. I kind of enjoyed doing it. I like doing them ones like that. Get down and cover everything. But the OS is wrapped up now. He's up on the top shelf up there with the rest of the engines. He's in a plastic bag wrapped up in those blue shop towels that we put him in last night, and he's just waiting for a new piston and sleeve or whatever becomes of it. Who knows? I don't know. Last time I knew Rinks wanted to buy it. Yeah, Rinks, you don't want that damn thing. Anyway, you ain't getting it. But so this is what we got planned for tonight, boys and girls. We're going to try to keep it at an hour, maybe a little less. I'm going to try, but we're going to dive into this thing right now. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit, like I did last night, a little bit closer to the table, to the action. We're going to start taking pieces off it at least. We're going to get into it to see what it looks like. Okay? All right, guys? All right. Be right back. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we can get started. Well, how much of this thing we can get done at least. What do you think? What do you think? Well, nice to know this clutch is good and tight. That's for damn sure. I don't know if I can hold on to this thing or not. I might have to get the pliers out for this, guys. Let's try it. There we go. Okay. We'll get the shop towel out of here for now. Run this green thing so I can see everything a little bit better without worrying about wiping anything out. We got shim, and washer. Nice. Damn. 3 shims, 2 washer combo, and a bearing. Wow, that's kind of unique. Another inside shim. Yeah, that shim was on the inside because that's not a bearing back either. No, it's not. That was an actual shim that was inside there. So, shim for the inner bearing, 2 shims and a pretty healthy. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 3 shims, 3 washers for the outside bearing. It's a lot of stuff, guys. It's a lot of stuff, guys. It's a lot of stuff be stuck up in there. But yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see here. Let me get this under control here, guys. We got shit. It's already starting to get out of control. Can't be having that. Get the clutch shoes out of there. That wing nut on there. This rubber band up here for now. All right. And we all pretty much already take it for granted, and we already know that this probably this piston and sleeve are not going to come out of here without some kind of godlike assistance, meaning heat, lots and lots of heat, lots and lots and lots of heat. Alright, there's that one. Let's see. Come on, man. What we got going on here? Alright, hold on, guys. Alright, there we go. Pulled you away a little bit. I'll bring you back in tight when we get down to the nitty gritties. When we get down to the fundamentals of what's going on here. Oh, look at that bad boy. Look at that, look at that. Uh-oh, we got some gravel. Yes, oh no, we got bits of stuff stuck in the button. That's not ever a good sign, guys. No, it's not. Well, hopefully it's just on top. Doesn't look like there's much push after all. Let's see what we have here for shims. Get these out here so we don't fold them up. Got one, two shims. Yep, that's two shims, and there is like gravelly stuff on top of the piston. So I'm hoping it just fell down in there just now. Hoping. So we all know what that hope is. Hope in one hand and poop in the other. All right, let's see which one's going to fill up the fastest. We'll pull all this apart, guys, so it really doesn't matter. Really does not matter. That's a very small carb neck. Look at that. That throat's small. Alright. No, we got that like that. We're going to wipe this brim off. At least so nothing falls down in there for the moment. We're going to shove us a piece of $1,000 paper towel down in there. Just like that, guys. Just like that. Oh, one. Here we go. Take the header off. We got a nut on one side and nut on the other. What's up with that? That's kind of weird. Screw. Oh. Yeah, there's the gasket that's chewed up. There's both the header bolts, both the header nuts. And here's the header with a brittle, mucked up gasket on it, like always. Gaskets never survive, especially when they're that old. Probably could have left it just on there, but you know me. Nope. Gotta come off. Get all this crap off here as much as I can for now. quick drink, guys. Hold on. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. A little bit at a time, sweet Jesus. Let's get this nasty back plate off here that's rattling and rolling and making all kinds of funny noises. Okay, oh, that's that. What do we got going on here? One way good? Yeah, one way's good. No, it's not good. Well, this ain't good, guys. These bearings look like they're froze up in here. Yes, they do. These bearings are froze up in here. The pin bearings, needle bearings, have come off, and they are locking the bearing up on the shaft. This might not be a good thing, guys. I'll just stab myself. Get to pry and pry to get this off so we don't damage this. There we go. All right. Yeah. This thing's missing half the bearings inside of it. This one way is. The needle bearings are jumped over on themselves in there. So yeah, that wasn't good, guys. That's why it wasn't cranking. That's why it wasn't turning over. I bet you we could put this sucker back together and start it up on the table. I bet you we can. I want to try it so bad right now. I do. I really do. I want to try it so bad right now. Yeah, the top of this piston head's got burrs on it, where it's had stuff get down inside of it. I bet I can get this sucker to start, guys. I bet I can put a one-way bearing on here and get this thing to start. But we're not going to do that. I know it'll start. I know that's what the problem was right there. That's why the one-way was grabbing. And when the engine would try to start, instead of freewheeling inside this like it's supposed to and take off on its own and just roll, it wasn't doing that. It was locking up on the bearing because the needles on the inside are all blowed out of their sockets. So right there, one just fell out. Whoop. Right there. There's one. But there's another one right there. And another one. Yep. So that's what happened. These one-ways were catching and holding it on the shaft and stopping the engine from actually turning over. I know it'll start. Yeah, now that I see this, that's why it wasn't catching and it wasn't firing. It just sounded like it was in there spinning, because it was spinning on the roto start, but the bearing wasn't moving. Well, but we got it apart, and we wanted to take it apart, and we wanted to clean it anyway, because this is what we wanted to do. This is what we're going to do. So with all that being set aside, we're going to chuck this stuff off into my hand, get rid of this bearing. Get that out of here. We're going to take this carb apart. Get this needle all the way out. We can drop this low end out, so we can take it out of the barrel. The spring's going to be in there. Everything's going to be in there. What I wanted the OS to do, this one does, because I'll be able to remove all of this and get the needle out. So it's going to be fun, guys. Let's rip this thing apart, so we're not here all day. These So these weren't even tight. Wasn't even tight, fellas. Wasn't even tight. Here we go, here we go. Okay, there's that. Piston up on top. Piston up on top. Give it a little push, little push. And you always make sure the piston's up so you don't snap the bottom of the skirt off. Make sure that sucker's up there. There we go. Boom. Oh yeah, this thing looks good, guys. It looks really good on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see any of this or not, but yeah, this looks really good. Right there. What's it got a catch in it for? Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Yes, yes, yes. And there's our pin. That's also not going to help it none, that pin's not sticking out very much. And look, hey guys, we have brand new pins. We have brand new springs. We have everything we need for that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The spring is on the end of this thing. Why? The spring looks like it's seized up on there. It sure the hell does. For one, that spring's a lot longer than what a standard spring is. It's because these are different. Yes, they are considerably different. Considerably different. Let me get a pick. See if there's anything else left in there. Yeah, there's broken pieces of a spring right there. Okay. Yeah, this inside doesn't look too bad. Cam looks okay. If we can get the... I don't understand why that's something like that for, but... I do not know, I do not know. Oh, hold on, guys. Yeah, that's sticking out farther than what it was. A lot further than what it was. Okay. But it doesn't make any sense because it's not wanting to roll off that. Alright. We'll get into that later on when we put it back together. Right now, we got to see if we're going to be able to even get this sucker out of here, boys. Or if we're going to have to put the torch to it like we usually have to. Yes, sir, Bob. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's been rolling for us lately. As we've had to do a little bit of this and do a little this hot. Get that hot. Everything else. I went through hell getting that damn OS one out. Yes, I did. Oh, look, this one's coming up, guys. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, it is. That one's coming up, guys. Almost pull it up out of there. Almost. Almost. So close. Doobie doobie doo. There. I can get a screwdriver underneath it. Little wiggle, 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 guys. I gotta get the zip tie out of here now. I'm just gonna try to pinch this off real quick. Let me get a hold of my pliers. Whatever the hell I did with my channel locks. What I did with my channel locks, guys? I just had them the other night in my hand. Not these, my other ones. There. That was easy. I like them when they come up like that. Yes, we do. Good little engine. It just made my day right there. Now let's see if I can get these around here and finish pulling it up. Boom. Come right out. No damage to it. Yes. Yes, yes. Win-win for the HPI. Thank God. Win-win for the HPI. To the top, stick your finger in there and grab a hold of the end of that connecting rod while it's up on top. Pull it towards you and it should pop right off. Boop, like that. It'll fall off into your hand. Bingo. In primo example of what bothers a lot of people when they get confused. First time people taking these things apart, which really doesn't happen too much because I'll be honest with you, a lot of guys will not dive deep into a nitro engine like this, or any kind of engine for that matter, because they're scared of it, which is totally understandable. You don't want to ruin it. You're taking it apart to fix it, and you don't want to go backwards. You want to go forward, but you're scared you're going to go backwards when you get stuck in a spot that everything looks the same, and you're like, oh my God, it just fell out of my hand. How did it go back in there? Well, like we've said many, many times, there's an oil hole on the con rod right here. There's an oil hole right there, guys. Oil hole right there. That goes down into this brass bushing. There's a hole up in that bushing, right up in there. Right there, on the end of that pick. There's a hole right there. That oil goes into that hole, comes out of that bushing, and oils the end of the crank where it sits at. That's exactly how that happens. I left that damn pin in there. I'm glad I didn't lose that. There's that. Alright. So now, that's how that works. Spins really good, really good. Everything spins really good. A little dusty up there. Wiped off perfectly. So this stuff right here is just going to clean up so good. Top of this piston head, as you can see, it's got some scarring on it. Some flaking out here on the outside edge. Right there, on the very edge. Sorry guys, you can't see it. You can hear it and see it right there. We might sand that. I might touch that with a sander. I might just with that 20,000 or that 1200 grit I got over there, just to see if I can knock those off. Can't hurt it, and it won't hurt it. It will not hurt it one bit. We might dive into that later on too. All right, now let's pop this crank out of here. Time for the old noisy gun here. Just like that. Get a drink real quick, guys. All right. There's our collar. We're not going to use the flywheel puller. Just pry on it a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle, side to side, guys. Wiggle, wiggle, side to side. It'll pop up. You're not going to damage or break anything. That front bearing looks like 15 miles of bullet road. You can see all the old oil and fuel on it. So get in here and pop the collar off. So I can wiggle this off without stabbing myself and without ruining it. Okay, is there a bushing on the bottom of it? No, there's not. Bearing looks to be okay, like it might be a little damaged. I don't think it's that bad. Should be able to smack this right out of there. Just like that. Just discoloration, no scarring. We all know from the last conversation with the OS engine, scarring would be any kind of grooves wore in the cam or con rod anywhere where the bearing's set, or anything's pooled up in there. Oil chutes are all looking good. Everything's open like it's supposed to be. Everything looks really good. This looks a lot better than the OS did, of course, because it's not as old. It probably wasn't ran as bad. Because this one's going to start. That one way is what screwed us on getting that live starting. Yeah, see, here's the injection hole for this one, right here in the back of the con rod chute. That goes in there and goes in there. And then the one on the con rod goes in the back of the connecting rod and goes down and oils this part. And this hole oils the inside part. So yeah, plenty of oil injectors. Plenty. That's the way we like them. Lubrication. Y'all know lubrication is the key. So that looks good. We're happy about that. So far, boys, we're batting 1,000 with this engine. I love everything about it. And it's dirty in there. It needs to soak. It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be taken off the saddle. We're going to do that right now. We're going to pop it off the saddle. Okay, there's that. Sorry guys, got you way off camera again. Oh, sorry fellas and ladies, sorry. There we go. There's the saddle. Ooh, nice little HPI saddle. Nice. I like that. Okay. Boom. There we go. Now we are going to do, like we said, we're going to use our driver and punch out this front bearing. Voila. Just like that. And we are going to tap that one right on out. Oop. There it is. You see that? Can you guys see that? I'm taking a ring off that. A ring of that hardened old fuel and oil has made like a lip all the way around this bearing right here. Almost like it's a shim because it's so thick and hard on there. But right there we just got it all off. Now, just for giggles. Let me see what we got here. What do we got? We got 19. Yes, we do. We got 19 by 6 by 5. That is? No, 19 by 6 by 7. 19 by 6 by 7. It rolls good though. It rolls like a champ. We all know if it ain't broke, we don't fix it. I don't know if you guys can see this now in the camera, but there's been so much pressure. Yeah, there you go. There's been so much pressure put around this. You see that? See how it's grooved in right there? There you go. See how it's like sunken in? It's like been pushed into the casing. So hard in the front. This is where the flywheel's at. It's been pushed so hard in the front that it's actually popped the bearings up on the back side of the shield. Yeah. But it still rolls perfect. So when it comes down to it, we are going to take the front and the back shield off and see if these bearings need to be straightened in any sort of way. As long as the race is still intact on the inside and they're riding good, we'll put the seals back on them. We'll lube them up really good, stick them back in there, and make them go. Because this thing is, that's nice. I mean, it looks like shit, but that's nice. That's actually really nice. Pull that back out of the crankcase. Now here we go with the crankcase. Inside bearings sound really, really good. You see my boundaries at, guys. I can't even see my boundaries at right here in the line. All right, stay up here. Yeah, this feels good. That feels good. This front's going to be okay. This front's going to clean up really good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It all looks really good in there. It just needs clean. Bingo bango. Y'all know what street show that's from. Here's some legends. Inside looks good, outside looks good. So we can soak the piston. We can soak that. We can soak the sleeve. We can soak all of this. Everything here can get soaked and cleaned in oil. And while we're talking about that right now, I'm going to answer a question that was in my last video from my buddy Travis. Asked, why not use brake cleaner? You can. If I had liquid brake cleaner here, I would think about it. And the only reason why I say I would think about it is because I have parts that have O-rings on them. Like this back plate has an O-ring around it. When I take this carburetor apart, I'm dropping all these parts into one bucket at a time, like I did last night with the OS. They're all going in. Can't do that with brake cleaner. But if I had just regular, all just, you know, cast or aluminum pieces, yes, I would use brake cleaner. You can do that. I could spray brake cleaner on it right now, you know, and polish this stuff up really good if I wanted to do that. This is just wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off. Comes back all nice, new and shiny. Yeah, brake cleaner works really good. That's why I have cases of it. That's why you see me use it on here on everything. And if that's the reason why you asked that question, Travis, why aren't I using brake cleaner instead of using fuel? That's because I don't have liquid brake cleaner here. All I have is spray. And if I had liquid brake cleaner here and something to hold it safely, yes, I would. I would soak some pieces in that and some pieces in fuel. But nitro fuel, as we all know, is the best solvent for old, dried, crusty oil and burn up nitro fuel. So that's why I'm soaking all this stuff in there. So basically this eats it all off. And when I scrub it with the toothbrushes, it comes off and looks pretty. Because I want you to see this now. I want you to see what this looks like in there. I'm trying to get you the best picture of it. I'm looking at my tablet while I'm spinning this in front of the camera. I want you to see how mucky that looks in there and how nasty, because it won't look like that tomorrow after I get done cleaning it. It'll look, hopefully, like they all look when I get done with them, sort of brand newish. You can see the staining down in the bottom, way down in here. You can see the staining down in there, staining on the walls, up here in the front, where the front housing's at. You see all that. It's all dried, burn up fuel and oil. That's going to be gone. So when I soak all of this tonight, every bit of this, it's going to make it like new. And right now we're going to see if this is even half as good as what I hoped. And that goes all the way to the top. Look at that. That goes all the way to the top of that piston, of that sleeve. That one does too. So is any of this worth it? Well, we could still make this run. It's got some life in it. A little bit. But not much. I'm here to tell you right now, not very much. So, that is going to be the $1 million question. Do we clean all this up and bag it and tag it like we did the other one, and then use this, which I think this is a 15. It could even be a 12. But we use this in one of the trucks and use the brand new one in the box in the other truck, which is what I'm thinking about. Because technically speaking, the engine in the red SOS car behind me, the red truck that is, I think, is wore out, that needs to be tore apart too, and to see what's going on. And if I can just buy 2 new pistons and sleeves, I'll have 2 new 3.0s, and I can get those ordered tonight or tomorrow and have them here if I really wanted to do that road. And that's what I'm thinking about doing. Anybody will tell you about these HPI MT2s. The sweet spot is a 1.5. The sweet spot is a 15. 15s are the perfect engine for them little trucks. Hell bent, high RPM, little bangers. They're really better for the gearing. They're better for the, you know, the meta, or what do you guys call it? Platform. Yeah, they're better for that, to where the 18s are a little too much, slightly, but not really, but a little bit overkill, and the 12s are not quite enough. So the 15s are the sweet spot, and I'd like to keep these 18s in there though. These 18s are the runners. the 18 SSs and stuff, you know, they're what make everything go around and kick ass. So I'd really like to refresh these if I could. So I need to sit back and think about this. We need to get these all soaking. We need to get this flywheel soaking. Get this thing all buttered up and cleaned up. Everything here needs to go in the soup. Buttons, shims, cranks, back buttons, front bearings, cowlicks, back plates, nuts, bolts, screws, washers. Everything needs to go in there. I mean, literally everything. With the exception of the clutching equipment will all go into the drink. Yes, it will. So, with that being said, we're going to get our little honey bucket over there, fill it up with fuel again, flood this out, set it off to the side, tear this carburetor apart, which is a little gummy, a little gritty, and totally tear this thing apart too, and get all these parts soaking as well. So here we go. And then when we get done with this, we're gonna go. I'm gonna do a time check real quick. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, we're like 30 something minutes in, so we're cool. But while we were away, I was looking at even though I know this will start, but it's so wore out. But this being the 3.0, that piston and sleeve for this one, the one that's in the SS right now, I believe to be it looks like an 18. Looks every bit like an 18. So it looks like an 18 because the head is so small, like this one right here. The head diameter and everything is a lot smaller than this, which is an 18. I think this is a 15 or a 12. Again, the only way to be sure is for me to take it apart and measure the piston, which I really don't want to do right now at the moment. And since I already bought the new one in a box for the SS, which is going to get a huge upgrade if that's a 12. If that's an SS 12, or if that's an S, even though it says SS 18 on the outside of it, 18 SS Sport, yeah, we're going to have to see, because if I can get away with rebuilding one of them and get me the parts I need here like quick, then I'll go ahead and stick the one in the box in the 18, and this will be the rebuilt engine for Grubby 2, for little G, mini G, since mini G is going to be like big G put together, Frankenstein together, and come out kicking ass like a champion. That'd be poetic, and the right thing to do would be to use a new piston and sleeve to rebuild little G's heart here and make him stronger than ever, like the bionic Grubby. It's probably before most of your guys' time, but yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up doing now that I'm thinking about it. So I am going to get my little Tupperware bowl over there, bring it over here, since all my bigger Tupperware bowls are full of MT2 parts. We really need to get started on cleaning those guys, but I gotta get these engines out of my hair first. I can't focus as long as these are waiting. but I can get them soaking real quick till we can tear the carburetor apart and get going on that once this is apart, video is over with, and then we can move on to whatever we're gonna do next. Yeah, I don't quite know what to do with this, because this came out of the RS4 2, which tells me that this is nothing huge. It tells me that this is probably a 15. Yes, it's probably a 15. But we got to figure out what we're going to do with this, because my RS4s right now are pretty good. Yeah, one of them's got a brand new engine in it that's never been ran. The carbon fiber one's never been started. The other RS4 engine we know runs, because we run it at the lot. That's Bullet. That just needs the throttle body linkage on it right here. That's all that one needs. So my RS4's taken care of. We are in MT2 mode. We have this bad little rascal. We're gonna have a rebuilt one, and we got one in the box, brand new. So yeah, we're setting good as far as the MT2s go, and we got a brand new, or not a brand new, but we have a functioning RS4 engine right here that we started up here on the table and ran it. We know that. So with all that yitter yatter, let's get these out of the way. Let's get these parts done with. Get all my Q-tips back out of there. Get my Q-tips in here. There's our juice box, as we call it. Okay. There's our crankcase. And the piston and sleeve, even though we're not gonna probably end up using it. You never know, guys. Never know. Crank, bearing, clutch, back plate, button, and plug. And don't really need anything else. These are all just screws and hardware. Head screws. Okay, head screws, mount screws, back plate screws. We can get those back in here so we do not lose these. All right, get these in here. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Hold on, guys. Be right back. Okay, boys, here we go. Let me crack open. Look at the boy. Oh, yeah, grape hugs. Y'all already know. Ah. Good stuff, fellas. Onward with the juice. Juice, then the carb, then we're done. Get the good old purple fuel. Good old purple fuel. Good old purple fuel. Is that head bolts? We don't need these. That and that. That. All right, here we go. Don't need to get those in there. Now we're going to slide this off to the side, hopefully without making a mess, because we all already know we don't like doing that. Alright. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's start taking things apart. You see where this one's set at. Ooh, that's got a hell of a gap in it, guys. That thing's about 1/16 of an inch. There we go. Okay, well, we're going to take all this stuff out anyway and see what happens, guys. You know how it is. That's how it is. I don't need them. Bloop. I don't need them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This ain't good. Alright, I was gonna say. Wait a minute, why aren't you wanting to come off? Alright now, be fighting the threads. It's because you're plastic. Just because you're plastic. your plastic. Boom. There's our spring. Carefully. There's our low end needle. Carefully. Unscrew this because it's so grubby. It's actually threaded itself on there. Hold on, guys. There we go. Bring it a little bit closer. There's the brass nut that goes on the outside of it. Oh, and there's our locking pin. It goes on the outside of it. And that's plastic. We're not sticking that in there. We'll rinse it off a little bit, but natural fuel doesn't really hurt anything as long as it's not bad. Okay, there's that. Here's our low end. And this is all fixed. I mean, it ain't gonna move because it's just a needle that adjusts or that allows for flow. That's the whole purpose of that right there. That is a fixed item which can go in the soup. That stays out. That's our crank screw and nut. That stays out. That stays out. Our inner spring stays out. Okay, here we go. Now that's out. That's out. Our top end. Here we go. There's our brass bushing, or our brass nipple, I should say. And there's the bottom washer, which is grooved to fit up in there on the bottom, because the top one should be fitted to the needle housing. And they are different, as you can see. Back to the one side, big size goes up, little size goes down. Bloop, bloop, drop those in there. And here's our high end needle, which is basically flush. Okay, there's your high end on the high end casing and the entire car body right here. And we pull the low end out, which is basically flush, but it doesn't matter, as we know what it looks like when we stick it in there. There's your low end. Your double O-rings that look good. Drop those in there. And your whole casing, the whole car body, the whole casing looks really good. Yes, it does. It's going to look even better if it's been sitting in there for a while. That goes in there. Now everything is in the drink. Everything that needs to go in the soup is in the soup. Everything is in the soup. Alright guys, we're going to get a couple tools out of here that we are not going to ever use again. So I'm going to stop you in our way. Get these in there. Oh, you got your teds? Huh? Nitro brought his teddy bear over here. Now, y'all remember what that looked like? How clear that looked. You can already see it getting foggy. Yeah, it's already getting foggy. I don't know how we got juice already coming out of the bottom of it when we ain't spilt none of it yet. Boom, boom, boom. So that's like that. Hugs are the best, y'all. Y'all know. Everybody likes some good hugs. So we are done. That is it. Until tomorrow when we put this sucker back together. I'm going to look about a piston and sleeve for it tonight. If I can get it here lickety split. Today being Thursday, I might be able to have it by Saturday if I find it in the right spot. And then we'll go from there. We know this little HPI demon right here runs. We fired him up on the table. Ring, ring, ring. Fuel tank and all. So he runs really good. And everything else will go. We'll get these nasty air filters taken apart and get these things out of here and throw it away and cleaned up because they are just mac nasty. An HPI one and an OS one. Go figure. But if you guys have made it this far, I greatly appreciate it and love and respect each and every one of you. And I love having you along for episode 95 from the Nitro Corner with the old man OG. Taking apart another classic heartbeat right here. Get a little pump station going on here. Get the little pump station going. And tomorrow we'll dive into this thing and scrub brush everything down and do what we do. Might even take it in there in the kitchen sink and suck it down in some water and scrub on it with the big brushes and do it that way too. It doesn't matter because we're bringing it back here anyway. After you run it through the kitchen sink water with the soap and water and the warm water and you scrub all the dirt off it, then you dunk it back in the fuel. You dunk it back in the fuel and it recoats everything with oil and the fuel and it dries all the water up on it and you're good to go. You ain't got to worry about anything else because we're going to oil everything down anyway, so we're good to go. You know, you really don't have to be concerned about it. Easy way of washing it that way too, in the sink. Like you've seen Nitro Addiction do many times. Like I've done with my big plastic tote I got over here on the table with all my parts in it. That's what I do. I take them out there and run the engines, run everything metal. I don't care what it is. I'll run it through the hot water and the kitchen soap, which is a degreaser, and works really good with a scrub brush to get all this crap off here too. You can do it that way because then you just hit it with some WD-40 or soak it back in some fuel and let it recoat itself again and you're fine. You ain't got to worry about nothing. It's golden. It's a lot faster and easier to do it that way too. So whatever way it happens tomorrow, when you guys chime in tomorrow and look at tomorrow's video when I'm making it, everything's going to be laid out here on the table on a clean rag. Everything's going to be cleaned up already and we'll put it back together and then you'll know what I'm going to do with it. We'll start it up here on the table and maybe wait for a new piston and stuff to come for it, or we'll see what we're going to do. We'll make that decision tomorrow. All right, but appreciate, love, and respect each and every one of you. I hope you smash that like button for me if you would, please. I'd greatly appreciate if you smash that like button for me, please. I think I probably forgot to say it at the beginning of the video, but if you'd smash that like button for me, please. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're subscriber counts climbing all the time. You guys are kicking ass, taking names and that. The comments are flowing through every time I post up a new video within a matter of minutes. The likes are up, the views are up, the watch hours are up. I mean, guys, we're doing so good right now. 2025 is our year. We're going to take this thing into the top. We're going to sit here in the corner or out at the lot or wherever we go. We're going to break shit, fix shit, talk about shit, and get shit done like we always do. But appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me in this video. Stick around for the next one. We put this little beast back together like we do them all the time, and we're going to fire him up here on the table. Whether we start him up and just put him away and wait for a new piston and sleeve for him, but that's what we're going to end up doing probably. So stick around, guys. Episode 96 coming up when we put it back together. But for now, OG, episode 95 from the Nitro Corner. Peace out.